The title of this message is The Results of Demon Worship. What happened when Israel, there at the foot of Mount Sinai, began to worship demons again? We're going to read a few verses here. We're going to be in Exodus 32 and verse number 24. I said to them, let whosoever has gold or jewelry take it off. So they gave to me, and when I threw it into the fire, out came this calf. Now, that talk about ridiculous. This is really a lame excuse. Now, the person that's talking here is Aaron. Aaron is how you say his name in Hebrew. Aaron. It means light, but this boy just seems like he's just dwelling in darkness all the time. Now, he was a firstborn son. Moses was not the firstborn. And we get in this, Aaron being the firstborn, and then Miriam and the others. Aaron was the firstborn son. And we have the rejection of the firstborn, the law of the rejection, the law of rejection. Our first birth is rejected by God. All of our first birth gets us is death and eternal hellfire. Our second birth, we have the key to heaven. And here we have Aaron, the older brother, but God rejects him because he knows what he is. He could have chosen him to be the child, except that, and you have to realize also that Moses' family hid him, for a while. But guess what they did? In the end, they put him right out there in the Nile River where a big fish or a crocodile could eat him. And they exposed him. They put him in a little basket, waterproofed it, and sent it down the river. How many Jewish families had done that? Except God stepped in His providence and His unpreventable purpose, and His eternal purpose and unpreventable progress. And he said, I took all this gold and I threw it in the fire, and out came this calf. Lame. Now when Moses saw that the people were out of control, for Aaron had let them out of control, he had let them go out of control to the point of being an object of mockery among their enemies. Then Moses stood in the gate of the camp and said, whosoever is on the Lord's side, come to me. And all the sons of Levi, the priestly tribe, gathered together to him. Now we have to remember also, there's a lot of background here in this. The tribe of Levi were never the slave that out there moving rocks and making bricks and everything. The tribe of Levi did not do that. They were gold and silversmiths. They were part of the upper echelon. They worked with the priest and made all of these objects of burial. When King Tut's tomb was opened up, guess what? The Jews made that, all that gold work. That was the tribe of Levi. Now in verse number 27, he said to them, thus saith the Lord God of Israel, every man strap his sword on his thigh, and go back and forth from gate to gate throughout the camp, and every man kill his brother, and every man his friend, and every man his neighbor, and I and all who continue pagan worship. This is the results of pagan demon worship. Verse number 28 now. So the sons of Levi did as Moses instructed, and about 3,000 men of the people of Israel were killed that day. Then Moses said to the Levites, dedicate yourselves today to the Lord, for each man has been against his own son and his own brother in his attempt to escape execution, so that he may restore and bestow his blessings upon you this day. So we're going to go from about number 24 till about number 29, if we can get that far. That's the story. I hope that this is helping you out there, and we're studying Hebrew also. And I hope you're learning a little bit of Hebrew with it too, but the Hebrew tenses and sometimes the voices, all of this, it tells you more than what any translation does. The Amplified Bible that I just read to you, it helps with the translation, but there's nothing like the real thing. If you want to study the real Bible without any bias, study it in Greek and Hebrew. As simple as that. That's how it is. We'll start out here. Wyomer, Lahem, Lami, Zahav, Hith, Paragu, Wayitanu, Li, Waash, Lekenu, Kehu, that is, Baish, Wayitzi, Ha'igel, Hazeh. And I said and kept on saying, this is Aaron speaking, to them. Now that lahem there, that's a preposition. That 515 is that preposition right there, the lamet, but it has got the third person masculine plural ending. Now I want you to understand something else as we go here from the Hebrew. It doesn't say that they killed the women at all. It's only talking about killing the men. Because the men were responsible for how they worshiped God in the house, so God killed the men. Not the women. I can't see that he killed a woman in this slaughter here at all. And I kept on saying to them, that is first person construct, singular, cal, wow, consecutive, imperfect, and it comes from amer. To them, a preposition with a third person masculine plural suffix, lame, whosoever, or who what, has gold, and has is a substance, a practical substance there. Gold is zahav, and gold, you look that up on page 263, by the way. And then let them tear off for themselves. Let them tear off for themselves. This is the Hithbaal stem, and it's Hithbaal masculine plural, masculine plural. Not the women now, we're talking about the men. The men wore these nose rings, they wore these earrings and things, and all this jewelry. And they got that business down where? Down in Egypt. They copycatted those down there. Masculine plural, Hithbaal, imperative. Let them tear off or break off, literally. Page 830 and 973. It comes from parak. That's the root of it. And then wayitanu. Wayitanu there, that wa on the front of that, there is a conjunction, page 253. And then, and they kept on giving. They kept on giving, third person masculine plural, cal, wow, consecutive, imperfect again, and that comes from Nathan. The name Nathan, or Nathaniel, comes from that, both. To me, and here we have another preposition, lamet, with a first person construct plural suffix on it. And then we have and, we, wa, ash, likunu, kihu. Wall in the front of that, that's a conjunction, page 253. And I kept on casting him, literally, him, the gold, him. This gold is going to become a masculine demon, a masculine idol. So this is a masculine calf. I kept on casting him. Now this is for myself. He did. I did this. I want to do this. First person construct singular. Hithel, wow, consecutive and perfect. The suffix is third person masculine singular. So there we know that this is a demon god, and he is a demon god, and it is a masculine demon god. And then we have the word ba'ish. Ba, preposition, page 88, and then ish there is fire. That's fire. Page 77. And then wayitse, Wayitse. That is, and a wa on the front of that, that's a conjunction, page 253 again. And then, and then he kept on coming out. The demon walked out of the fire, he said.
Oh.
The demon walked out of the fire. That's a lie. The demon didn't walk out of the fire. What he did is he took all this gold and he took and built a wooden frame on it, a wooden form, and then he pounded the gold, because gold is malleable, all over this demon, male demon calf. And out, kept on coming out the calf, the ha-egel. Ha, definite article, page 206. Egel, nominative, singular, masculine. The calf came out. That's the subject right there. The calf, he came out. The calf, the demon god, the calf, walked out of the fire, he said. The calf, the this, ha-ze, ha-ze. The, definite article, page 206, and then that is a, what we call a demonstrative pronoun there, that ze, and it's masculine, singular again. Page 260. Do you see how definite the Hebrew is, too? It just takes away all the guesswork. It's there. Wayar. Moshe et ha'am ki farna farua hu ki Pharaoh Aharon le shemtesh bega me him. And he kept on seeing Moses. Moses kept on seeing. This third person masculine singular, cal, while consecutive, and perfect. And this word comes from Ra. This is Jehovah Ra, Jehovah Roe. That means the Lord that watches over me. This is the word to watch there. It comes from Roe, page 906 and 1157. And that is third person masculine singular, cal, while consecutive, and perfect. And then Moshe, Moshe is Moses. And Moses means what? Literally to abandon, but it also means to rescue an abandoned one. And God did not abandon Israel down in Egypt, and he rescued them. He drew them out by this man, Moshe, Moses. And that was only one of his names. He had a lot of names. Everybody called him by different names. Et, sign of the direct object, page 84. Extension or limitation of the thought or verbal action in the Greek word ace, page 119 in the analytical Greek lexicon. The ace, that's the equivalent of that. And then ha, definite article, 206. And then people, people means family, family. And the people, the key, that's a little conjunction there, page 471. And then farua. And the people were unrestrained. The people were what we call unbridled, unrestrained. And they're having been unrestrained. The people were having been unrestrained. That is masculine singular cal, perfect participle. And that comes from Perah, 828 and 970, and 828, that's Brown, Driver, and Briggs, and 970 is Kohler and Bumgardner. And then Hugh, a third person pronoun, him. The nation of Israel, third person masculine and singular. Little pronoun there, page 214, by the way. And then we have the word key again, that's conjunction. And it can be for or because. And right here we're going to translate it because he had let him loose. All right, now page 471 for that little conjunction there, key. And then third person, masculine, singular, cal, perfect. Because he had let him loose. Aaron had let the people loose. He's talking about Israel as a nation, as a singular body. so it's one him. They had let him loose. And then Aaron, Aharon. And then it says here, Li Shem Tisa. And that means, it's got a preposition on the front of that word, and that means shame. That's a feminine singular word. It means to whisper. It means to whisper about someone. It means to talk about someone behind their back. But they have ammunition to talk behind their back. Page 1036. One who is suspicious in manner and character. And it also means to talk fast. You know, sometimes when you catch somebody in a lie or some kind of criminal act, they just start going just talking real fast. That's what it means right here. Talk real fast. Trying to get out of it. And then we have the word biga mihim. And that's a preposition on front of that baith. That's page 88. And then we have here a cal participle masculine plural construct. And among ones standing, they are, it means to rise and stand up and be proud, and yet you should be ashamed of what you've done. Verse number 26 now. Waya Amod Moshe Bi Sha'ar Hamachane Wayomer Mi Hadavar, and it means to Jehovah, to the Lord. Hadavar Hashem. We don't know how to say the name Jehovah, even though we got that from King James. That's not right, but we don't know how to say that name. It's very simple as that. They call him Yahweh or whatever, but that's not it. We don't know how to say it. Jesus said that nobody knew how to say his name. So we try to come up with these pronunciations, but there isn't any there. And the Jews just said Ha-the-bar or Hashem. And here we have a preposition, page 510 through 15, that lamet on the front of that. La, Ha-the-bar, Ile. Ile is a preposition with a suffix, preposition with a suffix, and it means, on page 39, to me, and the suffix is first person construct singular. And then we have the word Waya'ash Sifu. Wa there on the front of that, that's a conjunction. Page 253. And he had gathered, or they had gathered for themselves, third person masculine plural, they had gathered for themselves unto me. That is a third person masculine plural. We're talking about the men now. We're not talking about the women. The women are out in the background someplace. But these guys, the males of this family, of this tribe, were out there leading in demon worship and leading their families in demon worship. Page 62 and 74 on that. That's Atheth, is where it comes from. Elah, unto me. There's the preposition with the first person construct singular suffix on it. El-ah. The elah on the back of that, that tells you it's first person construct singular. And then we have the word call. Call is all a little masculine singular. Basically, it's an adjective. All B'nai, call B'nai, all the sons. So sons means what? That's page 120. And that's masculine plural construct. Masculine plural construct. All the sons means all of those according to a pattern. All of these were according to a pattern of right out of hell. All the sons of Levi. Now the Lord's going to call the sons of Levi. The other sons were sons of Satan, basically. They were demon worshippers. The sons of Louis. Louis is how you say that, Louis. That's a masculine singular, and Louis, that's 532 on that page, but Louis means joined. His mother said, now that I've had this boy, maybe my husband will be joined unto me. He'll want to be with me. Verse number 27 now, and this is a long verse too. Kill all of the demon worshippers, the results of demon worship. Wayomer, Lahem, Ko, Amer, Hadavar, Elohi, Yisrael, Simu, Ish, Haro, All, Yeriko, Hebrew, Washuvu, that is, Mishshar, La Ashur, Bam Ma Chade, and then We Hirgu, Aish, Et, Ashi, Weish, Et, Rehu, Waish, Et, Kurovo. Wyomer, and he said and kept on saying, third person masculine singular, cal, wow, consecutive imperfect, from Amer, page 55 of 65, by the way. Lehem. Now, lehem is a preposition again, that preposition lamet there, and it has a third person masculine plural suffix. And he said to them, he's saying this to the tribe of Levi, now he's going to give them order. Now the tribe of Levi was the ones that stood over there and came right up to Moses and Aaron. And Aaron's the bad boy right now. He's kind of being castigated, definitely. And they come over there and they stand here. All of those on the Lord's side come here and stand. And he said, thus saith Jehovah, he has said, Jehovah. The word he has said, that's Amer, and it comes from Amer. It's third person masculine singular, cal, perfect, page 55 and 65, respectively. Elohi. And Elohi is the God that belongs to Israel. Elohi, God in the genitive case, 39 to 42. And then Yisrael means what? Man who wrestles with God, Yisrael. Now that's a covenant name of Jacob. And God is dealing with these people here as if they're a single son of Jacob, the single family unit. The sons of Israel. Now he gives them a command here. Israel, page 975, by the way. Simu, you, masculine plural, cal imperative, you put each man, Aish there, each man, his sword. Harvu is a sword, page 352. That's an implement of war and of what we call a deadly weapon. All, preposition there, and that means upon. And the equivalent of that in the Greek is epi, page 153 and 4. His thigh, Yariko, that is. His thigh, page 437, where that's found in Brown Driver and Briggs. And then Hebrew, passing over. To pass over, that's cal imperative. Masculine plural, passing over, washuvu, and turning back and forth. It means, washuvu means turn back and forth. That's masculine plural, cal imperative, and turn back and forth. Page 996 and 1427. That word is there, and it comes from shuv. And then from gate, preposition, page 580 there, and then the gate 1044. From the gate to gate. La Asher, Asher, La Asher. From gate to gate, and that preposition over on that preposition 515 there, and then the gate's 1044 again. And then in camp, a preposition on the front of that, that's Beth there, page 88, and the camp, this assembly, 334. Why, Hirgu, and ye kill. That is masculine plural, kal, imperative, ye kill. It comes from harag, page 246 and 255. And ye kill each man. Doesn't say woman, does it? No, women are not responsible here. The men are the leaders. Who was responsible in all reality in the garden when Eve took from the tree of the knowledge of good and evil? Adam was. Adam was responsible. He's supposed to be watching over, guiding her. And then each man, and then we have here the et, the sign of the direct object, page 84, equivalent of ace in the New Testament, extension or limitation of thought or verbal action, page 119. And then ashu there is brother, page 26. And each male, page 36. Conjunction, 253, and then each male. This is talking about maleness here. And each male, again the sign of the direct object, page 84. And his friend, re-ihu, page 946, that comes from ra. Genitive singular, the friend of him, belonging to him, and each man, again, and their conjunction, 253, and each man or male, page 36. Et, sign of direct object, extension of limitation, authority of verbal actions going that way. His relative. That means near relationship. That would karovu. Page 898, page 898, 7 and 8 actually. (28) Wayasu, Vene, Louis, Kidvar, Moshe, Wayipol, Men, Ha'am, Bayom, Hahu, Kish, Lo, Sheth, Alpha, Ish. And he did and kept on doing. That comes from Asa there, actually. And they did and kept on doing. That's third person masculine plural, kal, while consecutive and perfect. The sons, B'nai, sons of Israel. That's according to a pattern, of course. The sons of Israel, page 120, but this means that's according to a pattern of each son, each man, or actually Israel himself. They're all according to this pattern. Then Louis means joined, and it also means wide-ranging too. Kata is it's like a conjunction here. Kata, and then we have the word according to, that word kitvar, that's like the conjunction kata. According to page 180 there, I think kata is 121. And according to this pattern, it's 471 through 5 in Brown Driver Briggs. And then the Moshe, according to, now we have a practical substance again here, according to the declaration of Moses. Actually, it was God's declaration, but Moses just repeated it. Moses again means abandon or rescue or draw out, page 602. Then Wayipol, Wa, conjunction, 253. And then, and he fell and kept on falling. Third person masculine singular, kal, while consecutive and perfect. That comes from Nephal. This is where we get the word Nephilim from. 656 and 709. And then we have the preposition, page 580. Men. And then ha'am, a definite article, 206. And then am is people. That means your family, your people. In day, bayom, baith on the front of that. Then it's a hard baith, it's not a ba. Preposition 518, or 88 that is, page 88. And then in the day, 398 is day. In the nay, the that, hahu, the little definite article, and then third person pronoun. in that day, 2:14. And then we'll go with Kish Losheth. Kish Losheth. Kish Losheth means a number, 3. 3, the number 3. It is a numeral. It's a ordinal. It's page 473 through 4. Little particle in front of that. Shilosheth, that's the word 3. And then Ki, Shiloshi, page 471. And then Alpha. Alpha means 1,000. 1,000. Page 49. And then Ish. Each male, each man, each male. Contrasted to woman. Aish from Aisha. Now the last verse that we're going to study here is number 29. Wayomer. Moshe, Milu, Yetkem, Hayom, Li Hadavar, Ki, Aish, Bivno, Yuvicho, We Latheth, Alechem, Hayom, Berakah. And said and kept on saying Moses. Third person masculine, singular, cal, wow, consecutive, perfect, and that word comes from Amer, page 55 and 65. Moshe, that's the leader of Israel, page 602 is his name found on it. And then Milu. Milu means ye fill up or ye constant. You fill up full or you consecrate. Masculine plural, cal imperative. You consecrate your hands. Their hands had shed blood, hadn't they? And your hand, when it sheds blood, must be consecrated. Yetkem, your hands, 389, generative, second person, masculine plural, and it's a noun and it's feminine singular. Your hand is feminine. And then Hayom, the definite article, Yom, day, in the day, page 398. Le Hadabar, to Jehovah, preposition 515. And then Jehovah, page 219, 224, and 243 also. That's where it comes from, Hayah. I'm writing some of this down as I go. And then word sense here. Sense is like a particle. Page 471 through 475. Ki, it can mean because, it can mean surely or whatever, but right here it means sense. Each man, Aish, page 36, each male against his son, Bivono, that word Baith on the front of that's preposition, page 88, and then his son, page 120. And it's genitive singular. Each man against his son, and Achu, and his brother, a little conjunction on front of that, 253, and then brother, page 26. And then we have a preposition in there also, the Baith, that's page 88. And then we la thith, that's a TH sound. We la thith, it's a THETH. And to give, cal infinitive, that's a preposition on the front of that, to give. And then we got another preposition, a conjunction, a preposition 515, and then the infinitive on the end of that. Alechem. And by the way, this little preposition that's a preposition on the front of this turns that into an infinitive. I want you to remember the lamet on the front of some words means it turns it into an infinitive. La alichem, upon them. All is a preposition, page 756, and we have third person masculine plural suffix there. Upon them. That's a preposition with a third person masculine plural suffix. And then when you have the word hayom, ha, definite article 206, yom, day, a blessing, berakah, a blessing. and that day a blessing. Barakah. I remember when Barack Obama was president of the United States, that his name, Barack, means a blessing. Whether it was a blessing or a curse, that's up to you. But his name meant blessing, and that's where the word comes from here, page 139. Now I hope that you've learned something from this, from the Hebrew language. These are men being killed here. We know that. It doesn't say that in the translations, but we know now that God didn't have the women killed and children killed. He killed the men because the men were responsible for what happened, weren't they? The men were responsible. We see the results of demon worship. People in the world today, there are many people that Buddhist people basically, some of these what we call the green people, the earth, the Mother Earth people, a lot of those people are worshiping the creation, not the Creator. And when you worship the creation instead of the Creator, you're going to be damned, as simple as that. False religion. The Bible teaches that God sent forth His Son, made of a woman, made under the law, that He might redeem those that were under the law. Jesus Christ came to redeem all mankind. What you're tried for before in the great white throne judgment is what you did with Jesus. What have you done with Jesus? And on the bottom of this chart here someplace, it used to say, what have you done with Jesus? I don't see it on this one, probably one of the old ones. We studied a lot of history tonight, a lot of words. We studied a people that God loved so much that He took them out of the land of Egypt, and yet not everyone that left the land of Egypt was a believer. Not everybody that goes to church is a believer. These people assembled with them. I'm sure there were some Egyptians there. All of these people got together. They went out of the land of Egypt, but now they going to go. Moses is up there 40 days and 40 nights, and all of a sudden they start worshiping demons again, just like they did in Egypt. And here, Aaron now, which was a goldsmith there, he decides to make them a god, but he tells his brother, he said, I threw all these golden earrings and those rings in there and bracelets into this fire, and out walked the calf. He's lying. The calf didn't walk out. He was an engraver. He was a goldsmith. He took great pride in doing what he did. He said, this is Jehovah that led you out of the land of Egypt. This is Jehovah. Boy, you can tell one thing, he didn't know Jehovah. Later on, he cost him his life. Our Father, we send this message out for your honor and glory. Please use it wherever it goes. Please build up your people in the faith and the truth, and let them know what they believe and why they believe it. Please forgive me where I failed you, Father, in Jesus' name.